Mabilis bang uminit ang ulo mo?
Hoy! Ano ba? Di ka natin yan!
Laging galit. Hindi makapag-antay ng matagal.
Ang tagal!
Laging nagmamadali. Laging nakatingin sa oras. Baka lack of patience ka, kaibigan.
Ha?
Patience. Great things take time.
O ano? Let's G?
Come on everybody, Matarna, all for his glory. Sama na si ate kuya, at kasama ang barkada. Sabay-sabay magsama-sama, let's keep on moving forward.
Tara! G!
Patience is one of the fruit of the Spirit. And to have it, it takes a lot of practice. Do you agree, achievers? As human beings, patience doesn't come out naturally, especially when we are stressed, disoriented, or in a hurry. Para mas maintindihan pa natin ito, let me show you through our object lesson. Which one is colder? The one with ice or the one without ice? That's right, the one with ice. Ice doesn't become ice in an instant. At first, it is just water. Now, how is it related to patience? Now, let's get an ice tray, fill it with water, put it in the freezer, and after several hours, you have ice. Now, why is it important to wait several hours for water to become ice? So this is the lesson, achievers. If you don't wait 3 to 4 hours, your ice wouldn't be as frozen as it should be. So if you take it out and put it in your drink, magiging lasang tubig lang yung ating iniinom. Especially if we're drinking juice. And that is not what we want on our drink. When making ice, we have to have patience. And patience teaches us to wait. But we people, we want what we want and when we want it. Lagi tayong nagmamadali. Ayaw natin maghintay. That's why in this day of age, ang daming instant. Instant noodles, instant fries, and even instant oatmeal. Imagine that. But comparing it with the real thing is not as good as them. But God wants more than that for us. He wants the best for us. And that's why He gave us patience in order for us to wait on Him. In Lamentations chapter 3, verse 25, it says here, "The Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to the soul who seeks Him." Just like we've seen on our object lesson earlier, if we take out the ice earlier when it's ready, hindi niya nasa-serve yung full capacity niya. If you put it in water or in juice, at first okay lang siya kasi hard yung outside. But later on, hindi niya na nasa-serve yung full capacity niya. Hindi niya na nasa-serve yung purpose niya, which is magpalamig, diba? So if we're comparing it in our life, sometimes tayo as human beings, ginagawa natin yung kaya natin gawin para mapadali, masolusyonan yung mga problema natin. But in the long term, lalo pa siyang nagiging problema kasi shortcut natin, hindi tayo naghintay. But if we wait for God's perfect timing, we will get the best results because God wants the best for us. Now that's what we find in waiting. We find God's greater blessing and a greater understanding of God's will in our lives. It is difficult for us to see what's ahead of us. But through waiting, we reflect on what happened in the past and we can say now, kaya pala nangyari yon. That's why. Now let me ask you, achievers, is the waiting process worth it para makainom ng malamig na tubig or juice sa mainit na panahon? Now, achievers, remember, life is better when you wait patiently on God's best. Diba, Jason?
Patience. Great things take time. Whoa!
Sarap nun ah! Tama ka dyan, Eka. Great things take time. And since patience ang pinag-uusapan natin, in order for us to practice patience, we need to practice how to wait. And to wait means, sa letter W, watch God work His way. Gusto natin manood ng Netflix, YouTube, K-drama, syempre iba teleserye yung pinapanood. At syempre, sa bawat palabas na yon, meron isang bida kung saan inaabangan natin kung ano ba yung mangyayari sa kanyang buhay, mga adventures niya, or ano yung magiging ending ng kanyang story. At syempre, sa buhay natin, tayo ang bida. Tayo ang gumagawa ng mga susunod na adventures natin, which is minsan hindi na nakaka-excite. Ikaw, achievers, na-excite ka pa ba sa mga susunod na adventures ng buhay mo? Sabi dun sa W, watch God work His way, which means hayaan natin na si Lord ang makita natin na kumikilos sa ating buhay. How His ways, how He will do it. And ang gagawin lang natin is to wait. Simply wait what God would tell us, what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. While patiently waiting, in letter A, ask God about His purposes. Mahirap magantay, achievers, ng walang purpose. Kagaya sa school, ang purpose natin is to graduate college. And kailangan natin dumaan ng elementary, high school, we need to wait patiently para makagraduate tayo ng college. And kagaya sa atin, we need to ask God, what is the purpose of our waiting? Hindi natin kailangang ma-skip yung process na yon dahil yung mga learnings along the way, mga teachings, ay hindi natin matututunan. So, let us ask God, for the purpose, why do we need to wait patiently? How do we do that? By prayer and by our devotion. While patiently waiting, sa letter I, invite God to work in your heart. In the process of waiting, we need to guard our hearts. Bakit, achievers? Sometimes our mind decides to wait while our heart decides to stop and to give up. Sometimes along the way, makakaramdam tayo ng pagkapagod at gusto mo nang mag-give up. And that's the time that God will do the works in our hearts to encourage us and to motivate us to wait patiently. If Jesus is in our hearts. Ang tanong, achievers, si Lord nga ba ang nangingibabaw sa iyong puso? And lastly, while patiently waiting, sa letter T, trust God to fulfill His plan. In Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5, it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. And sabi doon, with all our heart, not half, not 3/4, but with all our heart. Minsan kasi in the process of waiting, akala natin walang nangyayari, walang nagaganap sa pag-aantay natin. But waiting on the Lord doesn't mean we're doing nothing or nothing is happening, but trusting God that He is doing greater things. Achievers, alam kong marami pa kayong gustong matutunan about patience. Ano bang dapat nilang gawin, Eka?
Achievers, let's learn more about patience on our next week's episode here at Tara G. O ano, let's G?
Tara! G! Season 2!
Tara, come on everybody. Tara na, all for His glory. Sama na si Ate Kuya at kasama ang barkada. Sabay-sabay magsama-sama. Let's keep on moving forward.
Wow!